Title of this video is "Fuck Italy, we're moving out," and you might be wondering like why. Italy has adapted a lot of rules and a lot of facts by Giorgia Meloni that would not be helping the people that would come to the country to stay for long term. But for visiting, for traveling, for staying there for a while to enjoy is a good place to visit. But for a long period of time, maybe it's not the best. Did you agree or disagree?
50-50, I will say.
Why?
There are always like good stuff, there are always bad stuff.
Hmm.
It's up to you what you are looking into. So,
Yeah.
for example, it's not impossible that you came here and there was nothing that surprised you.
Speaking of being surprised, when I came here, I was surprised that most people don't speak English. Like that was
Hmm.
the first culture shock that I got because even at the university, the staff is supposed to speak English, but they don't. So that's a real culture shock that I got. Even at the airport, most people didn't speak like English. Like you come to a country, but you feel like it's not the thing that you see on social media. Like on Instagram, you see beautiful pictures, but no one is saying those are like well edited memories from a big experience. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but don't you think that even if someone is coming to your own country, people are not going to be welcoming them in English language, they will be speaking their own language, don't you think?
Yeah, that's true, but I mean, depends. What was like the first thing that surprised you as of an experience?
Well, I come from a third world country, so obviously the environment, the scenes, the scenery, and everything, it really surprised me because obviously you're coming to Europe, and yeah, it was really a bit difficult because I landed here at 11 p.m. at night and I couldn't find any place. I also didn't have internet at the time, so it was also really difficult to find the location where I was heading toward.
You didn't get here, okay?
No, I rented a room
Ah,
and
temporary
I couldn't find it because I didn't have the SIM card at the time. No internet
Mm.
as well. Everything was closed. And the
Yeah.
only person I could find at that time was a taxi driver who couldn't speak English at all. But still, there was a good thing. Even though he didn't know what I'm saying to him, but he still tried to help, and he used a translator on everything. And at the end of the day, at the end of the night, I got to my place because of him, because he helped me.
Yeah. Nice
So
guy.
yeah, so there are some things that are bad, but it's up to you what you are looking into.
Yeah, that's true. But if you ask me, my humble opinion, I would say that Italy is just good for traveling and experiencing for a short period of time. Most people that I know are leaving. Even Italian friends that I got are leaving. They're just waiting to do the paperwork and just find a better option, and they will go off to the Netherlands or Germany. Even the fact that they hold Italian passport for the work purposes, they're just leaving. What do? You prefer to stay in Italy? I know that you prefer to move out.
The thing is that it depends on your preference. What do you prefer? For example, my life goals tell me that it's not good for me to stay here. I have other options. I have other things that I've thought about. But for example, if there is someone who thinks that investing their life, investing their time in Italy, learning the entire language, learning the entire culture, and then moving here, then settling down, it's good for them. So you should give it a shot.
Hmm. Do you have any good experience that you want to share? Like the highlights of when you were here?
I will say, for example, if you're coming here as a student, the teachers are really nice. Not all the teachers, but you will find some teachers. You will really start liking them, and you will become so fond of them.
Which one's your favorite one?
Landoni.
Ah, she's nice.
Yeah.
She's like a mother.
Yeah.
Some of them are really kind, I would say, especially to the like international students, but not all of them, as my friend beautifully said. But for me, the most exciting experience would be the fun life and the party that they have in Italy. It's like next level, especially if you're like part of a college or something. You can experience a lot of different things. There are Erasmus nights. There are so many experiences that you can go and make new friends. They also right there to make connections, and it's like really beautiful that at a short period of time that you're a student, you can have all these kind of things. One of the bad things I would say is the language barrier, of course. Even though you know Italian just a bit, it's kind of difficult to maneuver over every like daily kind of chores from like buying even groceries and stuff, and it's kind of difficult like that if you look at it.
But obviously, when you're coming moving here, it's your choice. No one is like asking you to move here, and obviously, when you come to a different country, you have to accept their culture. They don't have to accept anything. You are coming here. You have to accept their culture. You have to accept their language. You have to accept everything. And if you don't know it, you haven't accepted it yet. You have to learn. You have to invest some time into it, and then you will have to become a part of them.
But do you feel like Italy is accepting like international people as of close to the local? They treat them differently, I
Yeah,
suppose.
yeah. I mean, you will obviously face some kind of not racism kind of thing because that will be too much um, complex situation.
I would say they're racist, but not in your face. Like behind, like they are.
It's okay. So if you are gonna talk about the racism in Italy, you have to look into two things: the generation. If you are looking to the older generation, they are racist, but the newer generation, the young generation, they don't care about anything.
Mm-hmm.
They only care about their own things and everything. They don't care how many people are coming here, what they are doing and everything, because they are still getting a lot of opportunities compared to the international students here. So the ratio of racism that you will definitely face will be more towards the older generation compared to the young one.
You think Italy is prepared to the graduates of all these kind of international students, or they would like have the rules for them to leave Italy as a bridge country, perhaps to a different country, or going back home? It's a
Okay.
very smart question, actually.
Yeah, but the thing is that when any country invests a lot of money into you, obviously they want to use you for their own to build their own country. And obviously, if you are like not able to anchor all of those students, and if you see the ratio, if you're gonna see the statistics that, for example, 100 students are coming every year in Italy and different regions, and you cannot like even save 20 of them every year. You're losing 80% of them. It means that there is something wrong going on because everyone wants to come here to study, but no one wants to stay here, and it's just a waste of money. It's just a waste of time. They are putting a lot of money, a lot of time into you. They're teaching you, and they expect something in return.
Hmm.
That's the reason why Germany changed the rule. Now you can apply and get your passport in just 5 years. Compared to Italy, you still have to wait 10 years for that.
I think Netherlands is also changing it from 5 to 10.
Hmm.
I recently heard that. But all in all, you think for you personally, was it the right fit, or you prefer to like go to Germany, or you should have been a different country than Italy? It's a very difficult question, of
I mean,
course.
I mean, yeah, it's a difficult one because obviously you never know. You never know how it would have been if you were in a different country. You
Perhaps
can,
an English-speaking country.
yeah, I think it would have been a bit better because things would be easier for you.
Hmm.
If you are gonna go out, even to get grocery, you can at least talk in English language. At least you can know where the tomatoes are, where this product is placed, in which shelf.
That's true.
Right now, you don't know. Even if like you go to Google Translate, you look into it, but even if you're gonna like read it out, they will reply you so fast, so quickly that you will not understand what they're saying.
Hmm.
So there are problems, but obviously you chose to come here and you have to adapt.
Best, worst, and most unexpected experience. For me personally, I would say that the best was like some of the food, like pizza, pasta. These things are really good. The picturesque kind of cities like Venice or Rome, the Colosseum, all these things are really beautiful. The bad would be not really ideal for post graduation. When you graduate, you could stay, and unexpected like there were a lot of time that I was surprised personally, like from when I was actually participating in an event. I feel like it's not like what I was prepared for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like difficult to put in words, but when you actually proceed to do something, you understand that it's a lot more difficult and different from what you had imagined, because you think about something, but when you do it, it's a whole another thing. But in real life, we are human beings. We learn by like doing, taking action. Like for example, if you want to walk, like a child would walk, fall again, stand up and try. And in life, it's not like you would do something and there will be no mistake. I would say if you do something, there will be definitely mistakes, but there is a phrase that says an unwritten essay has no mistakes. So if you write it down, there will be a mistake, and it's on you to edit them and improve them and eventually try to make it better. What do you think?
Yeah, that's really beautifully said, and I really second to what you just said. And obviously, you're gonna make mistakes, and then you're gonna learn from it. There's no other way.
You're happy to come to Italy? Personally, I am, but I'm not so sure what other kind of country could have offered me at that same time.
You never know without trying. And obviously, I had a lot of expectations before coming here. Not I couldn't meet with all of them, but still, some of them were like became turned into a reality, and I'm really happy with it. But still, if you're gonna ask me if I'm gonna stay here for long term, my answer is gonna be no, because I don't want to invest my 6 months to 1 year or 2 years in learning the entire language, and then if I want to bring my family here, they also have to go through the same process, and it's not worth it, I think.
Worth it in what sense?
Because, for example, even if you're coming here, learning the entire language, you have learnt it. For example, but my mom is really old, and if I want to bring her here, she cannot. She doesn't even know English. So how can she learn Italian language?
Yeah.
It's gonna be too much difficult for her.
Exactly.
But if she has to learn English language, it's easier than Italian, obviously.
But how about the education system? Italian versus like where you come from, is it better one?
The education system, I
there
think
are flaws, of course.
obviously there are flaws everywhere,
Yeah.
but it's good. For example, if you're giving an exam and you're not happy with your score, you can just reject it, and you can just appear in the next coming schedule.
When is that?
For example, you always get 4 to 5 different dates for the 2 months, and
So
you can
each semester you can take the exam.
multiple times. Yeah.
In our country, you miss one call, you're gonna go for next
Exactly.
year, not the next semester.
Exactly.
It's like
If you
wow,
are gonna
it's like
fail, or if you don't like your
doomed kind of.
and if you don't like your score, first of all, if you don't like your score,
Nothing.
you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
If you have passed, you have passed. Nothing you can do. If you have failed, only then you can give the exam once again, but that's gonna happen the next year. Here it's different. If you don't like your score, doesn't matter, you can just reject it, and then you can just reapply for the next date and give the exam again. It's really that simple.
Yeah, it's really beautiful. I mean, it's really flexible and it's really helpful for the students. But at the same time, I don't know why, but Italy has one of the highest kind of rates when it comes down to retards and people that are having some mental issues. Maybe it's because of high chances of smoking or usage of alcohol, which does something to the genetics. But I have noticed that personally. Have you thought about it?
No.
In the whole Europe, it's very famous for that.
No experience related to that. Sorry.
What surprised you though, of this experience of a few years that you've been in Italy?
It had been nice. There were some bad instances as well. For example, if you are going somewhere just because you're not an Italian, because you have brown skin, people, once again, older people, they're gonna give you a bad look for no reason.
You haven't done anything wrong.
No, you're just walking. You're just going somewhere, and they're gonna pass you by, and they're gonna give you a really, really bad look, and you will ask yourself that, why is that? What have I even done? I'm just walking, because a lot of other people are also walking by, but you are the only one getting those kind of side looks.
Do they have that also on black people? Is it worse on black people?
Yeah, I mean, if you are not white skinned, then there is a big chance that you will face this kind of thing. But once again, not all the fingers are not equal. Not everyone is gonna do that thing to you. Obviously, there are always bad fishes in one single pond, so you cannot blame everyone for it.
But what's the one thing that you loved about Italy?
There are some good people, and they will really go far and beyond just to help you out.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, they're friendlier than like Asians. They're like really friendly. They would like to help you. Our professors, for instance, and we had a good professor teaching us Italian. They're really nice and warm people. But at the same time, if you know the language, it would be much more helpful. So if someone would just get an idea from this video that should they come to Italy, should they not? Is it worth it? Is it a good country, a bad country, destination? If they want to actually pick something like that, what would you tell them?
Um, I always tell people that you should always try before saying anything, because you can never learn from what someone else has experienced, because there might be a lot of chances that you will not face and you will face completely different things. For example, if something wasn't good for someone and maybe it will be good for you, so you never know. So always try before saying anything about it.
But for you personally,
It was a good experience. It was a really good thing. I get to know a lot of people. I made a lot of good friends from different countries. Some of them are like really nice, really humble, really kind, and it was really good to meet all of these people. And that would be impossible without coming here. So yeah, it was a good addition of people in my life.
you know what I think? I think perhaps if I personally had chosen another country, then it would be better in a certain way that I would have stayed there and I didn't need to like move out to another one and restart it again. That's my mentality personally.
Yeah, but you never know what's gonna happen in your life and to you without you trying it first. So you tried it, and now you can say all of these things. But if you wouldn't have tried it, maybe you would be saying the same thing while living in an English speaking country, that life would have been different if I was in Europe.
That's true. But for you personally, you plan to move out of here.
Yes.
Also, I plan to move out of here. Also, a lot of our friends, like international ones and Italian ones, prefer to move to a country that supports its citizens or the international people that come there, either for work, for future, for everything basically. Because if you look at the expenses in Italy, it's really low, but the salaries are also very low. So it's like you can survive, but you cannot thrive. It's like you're in a rat race kind of a thing. So it's not the ideal picture in the mind to stay. That's why a lot of people are flocking out of it and going to a better country that offers them better stability in finances, better future job opportunities, and this kind of circumstances.
Well, it was nice talking right now. So
It's like up to you to decide. There is like your personal idea to come or not, and you have the internet. You have all these kind of opportunities to try. And also, my friend beautifully mentioned that without trying, you never know. Maybe you try and something changes. Because I personally believe that it's not a matter of the let's say destination or the journey. It's a matter of who you would become at the end of the journey. I am not the guy that I was 2 3 years ago. I definitely have changed. I'm sure about you also have faced some new things in your life that changes your personality and perception of reality. And it's also about the company that you have. You have a friend, you enjoy the company. So with all these things, this video comes to an end, and feel free to comment down below what you guys think. And until the next one,
ciao.
yeah.